West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spring. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in the trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton, but with that game.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They started on the ground with that one. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that one goes incomplete on the drive. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Let's go! Ready?
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. Right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down, maybe by about a yard as they finally convert on 3rd and inches. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Niners at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off. 30, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
Well, I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Okay,
the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Here we go. Big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Go.
Lance on the option left. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. I'm so used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Rolling to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert throwing again. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Donald Parham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. They know how to go. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is taking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that on first play of the drive. Good for 15 and a 1st down. Up the gun, McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now a play fake. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
43 rail. Ready.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Black ultra.
Lance looking to throw it. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he is going to have the 49ers 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on,
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
White. Black, red. Ready?
Lance going to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Those are the good quarterbacks. They just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation. Give me a fresh ball. and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Ready, break.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
Ready.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Still fighting for more. And they will score. It's a 49 touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, Harder, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, and you see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December early in November. They would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, Eckler. He's going to be met out there on the scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Yeah, he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing the 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. He'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now is really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know Coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle. He's thrown on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Gold with an extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked out really well. Got him not just space.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front run their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Third and long, it's Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Almost out-kicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Here's Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it, because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
And he is first down by a couple of yards as they're going to get through there on 3rd and 2.
Ready?
On play action, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Lance now to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Black shot.
Throwing now is Lance. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. If I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. He's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll get it inside the 20, and they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go. Cut.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Ready.
Mitchell will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You have 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Carter. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wide open receiver complete. this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. But he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. Touchdown! Donald Parham with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Yellow. Ready.
This is McCaffrey on the give. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, they'll take that every single time.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lance on target to Samuel for a minor first.
How many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust. And that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Steps away. Again with a big tight end, George Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And partner, the tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Black Ultra.
Now a play fake. Lance. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Set, ready.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 64 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Now Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Right, right. Snap, red. Drill green. Ready?
Lance going to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A handoff. McCaffrey running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Lance looking to throw it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ready?
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
All right, go. Ready.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Okay, now.
2nd and 6.
Slide through.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. He's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe of the 49. That will be a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to
score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Herbert going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Herbert. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Herbert. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Now Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.